This one with the cop, man. So like, was this?
Oh.
So I definitely had to ask about this one, man, because it looks like they were kind of like in on it with you. So like, were these some people you asked, or was it kind of the same the thing as the from McDonald's?
No, I had to run. No, that one I had to run.
You had to run.
Yes, I had to run. That one I had to dip. That one was that one is crazy.
90 proof in my double cut lights, me know. Bling on. Finally got some bling on. Now the stakes hot like T-Bones. Love it when that kitty bite bad like Tito's. 90 proof in my double cut likes me know. Primo. I just put my team on. I can probably just.
So I'm from the Bahamas originally, like
Oh wow.
at New City Wise, but I first started I'm in Florida right now, so yeah, I moved over here, whatever, and I do like creative basketball videos. I
Yeah.
kind of just yeah, go different places and I kind of just express art and creativity, kind of just put into different videos, and I
Mm.
kind of, because basketball, I've always loved basketball, and I've tried like, almost everything you can think of, any sports, anything. And basketball, I really connected with it because the attention of flashiness, moves and all of that, it entices me. So when I moved to, here, I love social media, so and I love, the attention it was bringing, so I kind of combined the two with art, and because I'm creative, and I kind of made it happen.
You did, man. I'm actually gonna share our screen for our YouTube viewers and just kind of see more of like what you're talking about and like what you really do. So I'm not sure if you can see too. It should
Yeah,
be
I can see.
sharing. Dope, dope, dope. So yeah, for our viewers on YouTube, they'll be able to see the screen share and things like that, and also for our viewers who join live in the app. But this is, this is who we're talking to, man. This is Nan, and this is, I mean, a lot of these videos. It's funny how it started off with so much hate, and then like around, I'm trying to think. You might know exactly where, but for me. I think this video with the fire, I think that was the first time I started to see any positivity. And then from there, it just got more and more. And with this last video, this one right here, I saw like the most positivity in your comments that I ever seen. But kind of
Mm.
walk me through, man, like where did, when you first started, like from the first video till now, kind of like what keeps you going with, like what's your goal with the page, man? Like just kind of pushing through, what's your goal?
So if I'm completely honest, the very first video I did, which is the gas station video, that video was kind of me just really like really just expressing art and creativity.
Hmm. Just expressing
Yeah,
art.
just kind of, yeah, just expressing a different type of vibe, and I kind of went to that different spot, and I was like, hey, I've seen a lot of, because I like motivation, like the motivational videos. I That was really popping, like
Hmm.
and it's still popping now, but like before, I love motivation, and I actually did motivational videos first, but everyone was doing it. I was kind of copying everyone, and it was like I needed to mix the two, the mix of like the lighting and the background, and the gas station and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, people do a lot of motivational videos at the gas station with push-ups, jump ropes, all that stuff. So I was like, hey, the only thing I'm really good at is dribbling basketball. So I'm like,
Basketball,
why
yeah.
don't I just mix the two? So, and
I
that's
got
kind of
you.
where that first started. So
Dude, and it's like, man, watching your page. So I know we got, we'll have. I can't wait for these to drop and just to people to actually get to hear behind the scenes. I think it's a lot easier, and we'll talk about more of like. I know you mentioned you want to stay maskless and stay faceless, we'll
mm,
talk about the fact that I feel like once everyone does drop a face, I think hate in general just kind of dissipates a little bit, just because now it's
mm,
easier to talk about someone you've never seen and you don't even know how they look. Then it's like, oh wow, he's a human being type of thing. And the reason
right.
why I really wanted to connect is because I'm like, even I don't think you really, it's hate is not, for content creators, we know that hate isn't necessarily a bad thing online. Unfortunately, it can a lot of times make us a lot of money. But I couldn't wait to connect with you to see, so people could just see that, the human in you. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, this guy is human and he just looks like he's having fun, to me. But for you,
Mm.
I mean, I do want to kind of just formally introduce us and what we do and, just, our platform. So my name's Jace. I host the Hyperactive Hustler and I also host this podcast, the Preem Pod. This is actually our first remote episode. So we started last year in August shooting in-person episodes. We have a few that are yet to drop. An interview we did with one of these artists, his name Big Jungle. He just came off tour with Sada Baby last year, so we kind of interviewed him about how the tour went, things like that, and just a bunch of other videos we haven't even released with some crypto guys, some guys in the insurance space, just a bunch of different people. And our goal, man, is kind of like the same with you, especially with the Preem Pod. It's kind of just to inspire and empower creatives, empower anyone with an idea who is trying to take that out of their head. Because that's just a hard thing to do. Like, there's probably so many people who've had the idea of, wanting to do videos like you, but just didn't have the courage and just thought that they would get hate and let that stop them. So kind of our goal with all of our platform is just to empower anyone who is just trying to take ideas from their head and outward. So entrepreneurs, creatives, content creatives. And it's like someone like yourself, it's good to just be around people who actually see the value in what you do, than opposed to, if someone just sat and read the comments all day, we would just have terrible days every day. But man, for you, man, kind of tell me, for you, what's the inspiration behind the name? So the Overthinking Hooper. So you see our other podcast, the Hyperactive Hustler, that's inspired by, myself having ADHD and hustling. I just do a billion different things, coaching, I hoop, I make music, a bunch of different things. For you, where does that name come from, the Overthinking Hooper?
So believe it or not, that name was actually, it's funny because I actually didn't give myself that name at first. It's crazy because I started, it wasn't actually Instagram, it was TikTok that I did. And then so on TikTok, there's actually a meme going around called the Overthinking Hooper. I didn't even know about this meme at all. My first name was Ghosty Hoops. And I was posting these videos on TikTok as like as I don't know, just to express my art and creativity. And these people would be like, "Hey, he's the Overthinking Hooper." And I searched it up. I was like, "What are they talking about?" And they were kind of stared. Every single video, this comment would get a ridiculous amount of likes. You'd get 30K, 50K likes, and every single video on TikTok would get that. So I'm like, hey, it sounds a lot better for me to say I'm the Overthinking Hooper rather than Ghosty Hoops. So they kind of gave me that name on TikTok rather than me naming myself that. Yeah, so
Jeez.
I didn't actually. Yeah, man.
I guess I chose a good question there. That I didn't even know that at all. So okay,
You
kind of started off and you let the audience name you. So that's dope. We talk a lot about content creation and the best ways to go about it, and we always say it's really good to let your viewers tell you what to do, because I mean they're the ones who are going to feed you at the end of the day if you're moving into that niche. So dope, man. So you started with the audience kind of told you what your name was going to be, and kind of. For you, how often do you hoop? Like, how often are you practicing? How often are you actually working on your game?
Oh man, I'm no lie. I'm working. I'd say out of the week, out of 7 days a week, I play about 4 or 5 times a week. Like before, I would say before, when I was younger and stuff, when I was I would say 15ish is when I kind of I'd say 16ish is when I started to play take it for real. I'd go outside and practice a lot more, but below 16 I just mess around with it. And then until I'd say 18 I'd stop practicing really really hard. I just go out and play pickup, and then that was kind of my practice until now it's kind of just I just go out and I play pickup. I don't really train. I don't train do any drills or anything like that, but I'd still go out and play pickup against anyone really. I played college players, I played high school D1, I played all of that. So yeah, man.
Is it so for you, do we have I'm not sure if you wanted to keep, I know you wanted to remain faceless. I don't know if you want to remain ageless or not, because I feel like your age would kind of tell us if you have NBA dreams or not. If you're in the 30s or something, then it's probably a lot of people don't still want to make the NBA. But for you, do you have NBA dreams? Is that a goal of yours? G League, D League, any of that?
So I'll tell you, I'm under 21. I'll tell you
under
that.
21. Okay, under 21.
Yes, sir. But
So
do I have any NBA dreams? Um, we all did, right? At one point, we all had an NBA dream. Like,
yeah, I definitely thought that was my future for a long time.
me too, homie, me too. But I think the NBA is a little out of my reach as of now.
And is that
But
like from a? Do you feel like that's from a physical standpoint, or do you feel like that's from a talent standpoint? Do you feel like that's from a like where does that come from when you say that?
that comes from. I feel like it's a lot of factors. I feel like I'm 5'7", so I feel like my yeah, and I feel like the way even the way I play is not really even suited for. Because I'll tell you, I've never played on a team before. I've never played on a with refs and none of that. But I'm still, I can still like I have elite handles. I have a good shot. I still could run with some other guys. I can keep up with them. But will I say that my game is fitted for like a team? Not really, because I like that flashy kind of street ballish type of vibe, if you know what I
I
mean.
feel that, and it's good to like to know and to be self aware. A lot of people will just go to LA and wonder why they lose all the time, and it's like there's a time and a place for every type of hooper. I'm a team hooper, so it's like I like flashy stuff, but like I'm way better on a team just because I'm just better at keeping people together. I'm a coach, so I'm a natural leader, so I'm better at like I'm that Pat Bev like screaming and like getting everybody into it. But I got a little shot, a little handle, but I'm just fast as hell. So I ran cross country and
Mm,
track, so that's where I kind of get off at. But okay, so you said mostly like one-on-one stuff like that. Like
yes.
have you ever
Hmm.
like thought about hosting any like competitions, like like any what are they called, like any like tournaments, like one-on-one tournaments like locally?
Well, you see, remember 3 months, 3 months ago, I didn't have this platform, so
Right.
I'm
Oh
thinking
wow, so this
now.
is 3 months. This is just 3 months.
So in general, in everything, from day one, it's been over 5 years. I've been in content creation. I've
Nice.
had over 50 accounts.
Wow.
None of them have pulled the numbers like this account in 3 months has. But for this account specifically, yeah, it's been 3 months, and I'd say yeah. Well, now we can get into that kind of whole like tournament type of vibe. I was thinking I'd hold like not really a one-on-one tournament, more of like a park takeover. Probably
Ooh,
get a bunch of people like promote a court down here in Florida, and then
yeah.
yeah, just get some people out here, get some content for the people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, definitely. 'Cause we're about to do a lot of things like that locally as well, and that's I just thought with your platform, you could do a lot of different things around the community, and this just have everyone who was talking like and spreading hate just looking real dumb when they see just how much of reach and how much value that building a platform like this can provide for your community around you. All the comments
Mhm.
saying get a job and all this stuff, like it's like, do you not know what social media is now? Social media is a job. You are clocked in. Like this is
Yeah,
real.
but
I never understood.
Jigs, I don't really mind it though. I don't
I
mind the
know.
hate
I
comment.
can tell the way. I love the way you embrace it.
Yeah, man. The hate comments, people hating, it's kind of like they project kind of like what they are going through on me, but it's kind of like it doesn't. I'm not gonna say I don't like it because, in all honesty, it's the hate that makes this account what it is. People come
Yeah.
for the hate, come for the comments, and these comments are getting likes, and they're gonna get more shares, and they're gonna get more reposts on. It's that hate drives attention, and I don't know if you know, but or if you not if you know, but if you see, there's a lot of more positive accounts out there who have a lot less shares because people don't like to share things that are positive because the
Yep.
world is built on hate. It's just what it is. It's a fact. So it's kind of like if you have an account that aggravates people, it's gonna get a lot more attention because human nature is humans always have something else to say. People always want to correct you. People always want to say, "Hey, you're doing this wrong." And that drives attention because people like to correct other people. That's just human nature. So it kind of drives more traffic and helps me out.
Yeah, man, and very well said. I mean, online like that's, I'll show you a video right now that's going viral on our page. That's just about basically like there's a woman who was gaslighting a man, and it's just the comments are just amazing, just because like all the men are just so mad, and all the women are like, no, she's right, and it's the perfect type of video from what you're describing. It just pisses everyone off, the women who saw it, the men who saw it, everyone. So like I'll show you that in a second. That's kind of like right into what you were saying. But man, like it's just the way you kind of just spelled that out. Like that's really the state of the world right now. Like everything, all those pages, the shade room, it is so much harder to push positivity nowadays. I had to unfollow my local news. We stay, Metro Detroit. So if you heard about Detroit, you know kind of how it be beyond just the Pistons and what they're doing right now. You've heard, more of what we do in the streets and kind of how things get down here. And I had to recently just unfollow one of our it was supposed to be just a Detroit page, but all it's posting is just shooting. I'm like, dude, I can't even do it anymore. I'm like, man, I feel like this is all we do, and I know it's not. But actually, I'll go back to sharing my screen. But that's a really good point, man, that you made. Let me show this one video right here. I'll play a little bit of it.
Not understand you.
Perfect example. You feel that I need affection. Mm-hmm. And it's more about being seen. You're so in with the boys and cooking, and I appreciate it all to the max. But I feel like I'm a ghost in the house.
And that's all I'll play. Like she just continued to just basically ignore everything he was saying and just said, I can actually just show you the next line and just how she.
And I feel like I'm a robot.
That I see.
So yeah, basically like the guy just basically says, "Hey, I understand what you do. You're the best. Whatever. This is how I feel." And then she goes, "Well, this is how I feel." Kind of just skips over him. And that, this is from our pages right now. This is one of our best videos. If I look at our reach on this page, it's 2.7 million, almost 9,000 comments, and it's just all
how do I not
mainly negativity. Like a lot of people are saying, girl, he should stop crying and all this. And it just goes back to what you were saying, man. Like this state that we're in with the world is a really, I mean, where do you see the page going? Like, now that we're kind of drifting to more positivity, where do you see the page going in like the next few months here? Like, so what's the next 3 months do you think looks like for the almost said Arne, for the overthinking Hooper?
So next couple months, I think. What do I think? That's a great question. What do I think? Honestly, I'm just riding the wave right now. I'm just, I'm hoping, I can build a bigger fan base. That's definitely a goal. I think I'm definitely gonna start some hoodies going, some a clothing line of some sort. I don't want to, because I know a lot of, but that field is definitely oversaturated. With everyone wants to have a brand and all of this, but I want to have a small little line of clothing going for my fans. But I definitely want to more followers, a line probably, and just a couple. I'd like to meet a lot more fans too. I'd like to actually host a lot more. How you were talking about the local meet and greets, local meetups. So I'd probably like to meet a lot more fans too and just connect with a lot more people because life is short. I do want to meet as much people. I want to inspire people, and I love to get to know you and because you never know, you could start working with me. We can definitely do something. So. Yeah, man, that's really where I see this page going, but none of it's for money, none of it's for fame. It's just to really express who I am and express what crazy, ridiculous ideas I have in my head. So, yeah, because I'm not normal, man. You see those videos, man. So,
dude, so I mean, I want to go back. So I'll go back to your page, and we can go back to those videos. But I like one thing that stuck out to me was what you said about you're not doing it for the money, not doing it for that. And when you go back to what you said about the projecting of everyone, the fact that everyone's projecting on you that you need to get a job. Who's to say that you're not staying? You're well off. Maybe let's say you're with your parents and they're letting you do what you want. Who's to say that you haven't cracked the code with crypto and just made a bunch of money and you get to do what you want? The fact that everyone's telling you that you need to have a job is like you said, straight up projecting, because like who's to say he's not taken care of and he just likes to dribble, right? So
Hmm.
I love that you mentioned that. But going back to some of these videos, I did want to talk about your kind of from the idea phase, from the actually doing it phase. And then I want to talk about some of the ideas that didn't get to happen, because I know there's probably something that you wanted to do that, maybe the place was like, no, or you're not going to work. But first, man, I want to go back with the first video. So you said that
My restless.
I cut the sound off. You said back to this first video. How did this start? From idea to doing it. Kind of how did this happen?
So yeah, so for the first, first video, yeah, man. So it was just really just the motivational content that I was consuming because I really, really, really liked. There's a couple people. I don't know if you know DB Fit Style. There's a lot of people, Jason NDO. There was a lot of
Mm,
motivational accounts that I absolutely fell in love with, because these accounts they were different. They kind of mixed in different places outside, like in the rain, people were doing push-ups everywhere. They were on the streets, and I really fell in love with that. So when I got that idea, I was copying it, but it didn't really work for me. So I had to find something I was good at. And the only thing I've been practicing forever and for hours was basketball. So I was like, hey, I'm not good at motivational, videos. I'm not good at that stuff. So maybe can I incorporate motivation in basketball? Can I do the two? And it was originally supposed to be motivation at first, mixed in with basketball. So I kind of combined, the gas station with the lighting, and I mixed it in with dribbling, and that's how that first video gave birth. So
yeah, I mean, I do love the lighting. It's a very dramatic look. I love I can see how this was straight motivation. So if we take a fast forward to this was I think my first video I saw from you. I was thinking like, what in the world? Like, how is it a drone? Like, what happened? So for you, how did this come about?
So for the this one right here, oh my goodness. So actually this one was actually on TikTok first. So
Mm.
I have a couple videos on TikTok that were actually before this Instagram page. There's a lot of videos on TikTok that are not even posted on Instagram.
Oh
But
wow.
this one, yeah, yeah, yeah. So this one though right here, this idea came about because I was walking with my guy one day, and I was just talking with him, and I was like, "Hey, and the thing is, I really started doing the POV videos. I did a lot more, like I did some different ones, but those ones didn't really do as good as the POV because it was kind of like, can you relate to this? It, but can you relate to this on like a literal sense, like a really like crazy literal sense? So that's when I kind of like manifested it into something that was crazy, but it was like it low key made sense, if you know what I mean.
No, yeah.
So.
So how did this happen? Like, I'm not sure if you want to give people like behind the scenes from how you get things done, but like for you, if you want, how did this happen? How did you get this angle and just where like how
Oh,
did you
the
get to
angle
this part
has
of
to
the
be a
freeway?
secret, dog.
So that's
The
the
angle
secret,
might have to be a secret,
and
but
I,
I'll
and
give the people.
and I
It's not
figured
a
that you
drone.
wanted to keep it. That's a however you did it, man. I know because we don't actually want everybody tried it, so I think that's great. Just in case you maybe took a crazy ladder trip up there or something. So I get it. So let's
Yeah.
let's go to the next few. Like next few, we got more on the freeway. We got some more on the freeway, and then we got one right
Mhm.
in front of traffic, man. So how did we make this work? How was the tripod set up? Like what happened?
So the tripod setup, the tripod is in the middle of a very busy intersection, and you see, the thing is, you really have to get you have to get see, the thing is the timing. You got to get the timing right, and then this shot took about realistic honestly, I'd say this shot took about 3 hours to do, three and a half hours to do. So I was I was waiting for a while for the cars to pile up, and I was really, I was just wait it was just timing, really, man. I
So
can't say much, but
So what I'm picturing is you on the side of the road, like probably like over here to the left, and we're sitting with the tripod, the basketball, we're waiting, and then you run, put the tripod there, and then you dribble, and then what? This video is about. If I go back, how long is that video? video is only about what, like, 6-7 seconds, and it's like you have that much time to just get this video that just does. This one did what, 100K likes, almost 2,000 comments from just the 7 seconds. But like the timing is crazy. So 3 hours. So like, did you at one point set up and have to take it down? Like, what was going on during that 3 hours?
So if I'm completely honest with you, I'm a little out of my head. So I kind of naturally just practice everywhere. I kind of just do that regardless.
Oh wow.
Before all of this, I would kind of just be in crazy spots, with just cones. I set up rocks in the middle of the road and I just dribble, not for attention, not for fame. I didn't even record myself doing it. But
Mm-hmm.
this was before like even I started content. I would just kind of dribble everywhere. In school I was always dribbling, and here I was always handling. And people see, I do this, like people say I do the same with every video. If they actually see me play, I can do a lot more than the same move. But that's not the point. The point is, I'm always dribbling. I'm always practicing on my handles, just working on something. Took inspiration from the professor. I don't know if you know who that is,
Oh
but
yeah, Professor is one of my huge inspirations early on. Man, he's dope.
oh, super dope, dog. And I fell in love with that, so I was always handling. And this video, I was kind of just practicing. There was a little part on the side. Yeah, it's not in this video. I don't think you could see, but I was just dribbling, and then the tripod was right there, and I was like, hey, why don't I just, I was just dribbling the whole time, and then not, yeah, and I was just practicing, and I just waited for the cars to stop, and then I just put the tripod and then pressed record, and then the rest is history, man.
Man, and that was one of your better ones. That was November, and that was doing really well. So we take another. Well, before I do want to kind of jump ahead each one, but this is a crazy angle, man. This is like, I wouldn't
Ooh, I
even
love that one.
like. I know you probably want to keep this one a secret too, but like, how long would you say this video took if you want to share that?
Um, like how long it took to film? Honestly, I would say this video was a little crazy too, because this had a little twist to it that came after the video. So this video right here, this video took about, honestly, I'd say 15 minutes to film. 15. And no, for everyone asking, it's not a drone. It's not a drone. I don't use a drone. I just kind of find certain spots that either you have to climb to, or you find somewhere that's a little higher, and you set up the camera, which it's a little dangerous, but hey, I'm a dangerous guy, so
I
you know
see,
what I
dude.
mean.
Man, so
But
what's
yeah,
the twist? What's the twist from this video?
so the twist from this video is that I this was a shot before the whole twist happened. This shot, and I kept going. This is the part that you guys all saw, obviously. But after that, there was a group of people, and they came or whatever. They came and they started recording me, and I was busy doing my thing, worrying if my camera shut off, worrying if I lose the ball. Obviously, I mean, you know me. I am in the middle of the damn street,
Right.
and I was like, I didn't see these people. There was like 4 or 5 people. They ran up or whatever, and they just started filming. And I don't think anyone really knew I like really like knew my name, but they started just filming. And then after I went back or whatever, I went back upstairs, and I went to get my camera and stuff. And when I did, I looked back at the video, and I don't know if you know the page Only in Dade,
Only in day.
but
I'll look it up real quick.
yeah. So it's a huge page that they post in Florida. It's like insanely big page. And
Only in day. Oh
yeah,
wow, yeah. I see. Jeez.
so they posted me, and I was like, who was filming me? So I checked back the footage. It was these 4 guys, and they posted it on Only Dade. And then after, I get a text, not even 30 minutes after, and this guy was like, you're a goofball, you're this and that, I'm gonna find you, I don't know if I could curse or not, but
No, you're good, man. 'Cause, man, whatever
yeah,
was said,
yeah,
said
okay,
in
yeah. They were
quote.
like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna find you. You better
Oh
not
my.
do that again on the city. So I was like, damn, So
Yeah, like
it's
for what? Like, so
yeah.
you got so this video, you got death threats from this video.
Oh yeah. That for dribbling in the street, dog. So
Wow.
yeah, man. So that one was crazy, man.
I'm trying to find when they posted you on here. I'm seeing because I saw one of the guys. I saw one guy who I saw a verified guy who looks like he was involved with one of these pages, commenting on your videos. But I was trying to find their video where they did they tag you?
Um, oh, only in date?
Yeah.
No. They did. I mean, because they didn't know who I was back
Right,
then. This was
right.
one of my earlier videos, so
Yeah, man, dude, that's insane. Oh my God. So it's
yeah.
crazy that you could that could happen though. You can make a video, dribble in the street, very creative, figure out, get very crafty, find this spot to put your phone, and then someone has that to say. So this goes to
Right.
show like what social media has become. But we keep going, we're in the street, and then we get this video. So I think this was the first video I also saw. I'm like, this is just cool as hell. Like everything else kind of has some humor to it. The first video was
Mhm.
motivational, but then as it kept going, we kind of felt some humor. But this was like, I saw a lot of people was like, even this guy, okay, this was kind of hard. So for you, where the idea come from? Where was the inspiration? Kind of just walk me through this video.
So honestly, the inspiration for this video, I would say, I really, that's a great question because I don't know myself. But I don't know. I really just, whenever I see something, I kind of just manifest what it can become. So if I see a person, I can see what you can do. I can see your future. I can see what you're capable of. I
I'm
can
very
see the
similar to that.
mistakes.
That's dope.
Absolutely. So I can, out of little things, very, very little minute things, I can just create a whole vision and plan, and so after just knowing fire, and I love playing with fire. So when I was like, hey, what if I what if I set the ball on fire? What if I make a ring around myself? What if I, and it just all goes on so quickly. It's just a flash of images, and I just have it, and it's just natural. It just comes to me. It's just something I was born with, and it just, it sparks, and uh it's like a vision. It's like I see a vision and I know exactly what I want, and
Mhm.
it turns like I just make sure everything is perfect, because most of these videos I've done multiple takes. It didn't happen
Oh
on the
yeah,
first try, because
for sure.
I try and I don't like it, and I'm a perfectionist. So if there's something very slight, this video, I didn't actually like it at first. This one was never gonna come out, but
Oh wow.
I just posted it anyways because I felt like the fire would entice people to come watch it. But yeah, I that's really the inspiration. It's just I like the vision, I see it, and I just make it happen.
Man, and you made it. That definitely made it happen with this one. Let's see, this one, 170,000. So this view doesn't show me. I can look at it from my phone and it should show me the actual views. But almost 200K likes, man. All these comments, like the engagement is like the best part. So the engagement is also the hardest part. So a lot of people get a lot of views, but it's always getting people to comment is the hardest part. And I think your
Mm-hmm.
consistency is kind of what made your engagement keep going up as you got more consistent. So 200, then we hit 2,000 next video, 8,000 next video, back to 4. But the consistency is going to keep throwing you over. So we do, just to kind of even talk more about what we do a little bit of coaching. I mean, I wouldn't say a little bit. We have 2 consulting agencies, and one with creatives, one with ADHDers. But with content creation, like consistency is just the biggest thing. Because if you just stop,
Mm-hmm.
let's say you got 200 here, and you got 2,000, 8,000. A lot of people would just stop here. They would say, dude, like, what the heck? I got 8,000 and now it's only 400. Am I bad
Mm-hmm.
now? Do they not like me? But then you just keep going and the consistency shows, man. But I want to look at you really get more creative as time goes on. So from the fire, then we went to the airport, then we went, back to the freeway for a second, then we're in Walmart. But for you, I don't even think I've seen. Wow, I don't even think I've seen this one. This is
Yeah, that's
dope.
funny. He said, "Then we're a Walmart."
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude. But like, so what mall is this? So it looks like a mall in Florida. So what mall is this?
That is the Brickell City Center Mall.
Man, it looks beautiful. Wow. Like, so you set
Mhm.
it up somewhere, like I guess I can kind of see. It looks like where you set it up looks like this thing, but just on
There
the other
you go.
side. Yeah,
There you go.
I can kind of see that one. I can kind of see that one. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's keep going, man. So I mean, we got in the casino. So I know you said, I don't know, I thought you have to be 21 to get in the casino.
Oh, so um, That one was actually at Hard Rock, and
Ah,
yeah, the guitar. So no, man, you do not have to be 21 to just enter that casino. You can just walk in, but um, to play the games, you have to be 21.
dude, this video, man, this is. I know a lot of people were. As you kept going, people I think just start to be surprised and just like, wow, he's still here, and this like it just keeps getting better. But this, for me, this was the most visually pleasing video, like with the lights and all the colors. Like this was my like favorite from an artist standpoint because I do photography, I do a lot of editing and a lot of color grading, and this was like my
Mhm.
favorite. Do you do any editing like visually, or is this just raw footage?
So there has been, I would say, out of the whole account, two videos that are raw footage. Two.
Mm,
This one right here was, believe it or not, this one actually, um, this one was, this one was a little edited a little bit, but it was filmed on a much worse phone. This one, because I have a iPhone now, a 14, but this one was actually filmed on a Samsung, like a very old
wow,
version of. So
wow, not
it's not.
bad. Okay.
Yeah. So it's very moderately edited. It's not heavy or nothing like that. But the colors of this car wash just came in at the right time. You
Yeah.
know, it made the video what it is.
Yeah, and I do feel I'm sorry to our viewers and our listeners who are watching or listening without video. So like we've been kind of reviewing his page, looking at some of these videos. I mean, he got videos on the street and car washes in Walmart. But it's the trend is we're not gonna stop dribbling though. Like dribbling, we're not gonna stop that no matter what. So we have 1 million likes on this video. If I look on my
Mhm.
phone, will tell us the views. So let me go to that one because I think this might be your highest viewed video. I think this
Yes,
is your
sir.
video with the most views. I think 19 million on this one.
hmm
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So walk me through this. So when you go into the restaurant, are you asking these guys or like how does this work?
So no, no, none of these videos. No, no. This one, I kind of just. The thing is, I'll tell you right now. Here's the thing I live by. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So yeah, so if you follow the rules, you're not gonna get what you want, and that's something I
Mm,
live by. Because if you listen to what people have to say, if you listen to your peers, if you listen to other people, they may have more experience, but another thing I say is they may have more experience, but experience of 47 years of experience of nothing is 47 years of experience of nothing. So it's like you listen to them, but are they really doing what's best for you? So if I go in to do a video at a place and I just ask and I get a no, it's like not only is it demoralizing because this is how I express my whatever I want to do, but it's kind of I might as well. I'm in my head. I'm just do it. Everyone has a time limit. These people are gonna die eventually. This I take it really deep. So these people are gonna
yeah,
be in the grave. I'm gonna be in the grave. So what's really to what's wrong here? It's like you might as well do it. You have one life. So you might as well you can do anything. So that's how I see it,
YOLO.
man.
He sees it as YOLO. You're not. We're all dying one day, and so we don't. I always thought you were asking these guys, but so you literally set up your phone and then you just pulled out the basketball on Girly at the counter and just started dribbling.
That's it for to afford a meal.
That is hilarious. So does anyone do any of these guys? So did they give you any fries? Did they give you anything, or like how did that work when you walked when it was done?
uh, no, they gave me no fries.
Right.
No, they
Okay.
gave me no.
So I
They
think
didn't give.
one of these days you'll probably be able to like somebody I think will. But so this was your highest. So this came in December. So have you had anybody reach out? Anyone, as far I mean, obviously if nothing is confirmed, you wouldn't want to reach out. You wouldn't want to talk about it until it is. So I understand that. But is there anybody who reached out or anything? Anybody like try to partner with you from this video from 19 million views?
I don't really think it's like any specific videos, but I'd say like they just kind of see my account as a whole, and they they don't. I wouldn't say they partner off of. This is gonna sound rude, but I don't think they partner off of me because of kind of what I do, they partner off me because of the engagement I get. Because let's
Right.
be real, they if I was just doing this and I'd get 10K views a video, people would be like, "Oh, we don't like what you do. We just, we're never gonna hit you up." But they see every
Right.
video's getting. I have more videos that have 1 million than not, so it's kind of like, oh, he has a lot of engagement. I don't care what he's doing. I don't give a fuck what he's doing. I just want his views. I want,
Right.
what he so they don't care about me, they don't care about the videos, they just care about the attention and views. But that's humans, man. Humans are greedy, super fucking
Yeah.
greedy.
So yeah, I would say in this day and age, like views and engagement is like virtual currency. It's that's basically
Mm-hmm.
what a lot of these brands see it as, and a lot of them, will probably reach out to you and try to, steal your engagement and use it for their own brand, and they probably
Mm-hmm.
won't even be able to monetize it because it's a different target audience. So we do kind of teach business owners and content creators, artists, the six like it's like 6 phases when it comes to scaling a business or scaling anything. And you have to figure out your
Right.
target audience first, and you can't just flock to views. You have to flock to targeted views. So a lot of people will probably try to use you, and they probably will try to partner up with you, and there will be a brand. But if it doesn't match, if the people who are in your comments aren't their type of people, they won't make any money from it, and they'll probably pay you for no reason. So it's like that'll happen. But there will be a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people, maybe like sports brands and stuff like that, who reach out to partner soon, and that will probably, your audience will probably want to buy some of their stuff. But have you, so beyond just the, you want to probably have some OTH clothing, all that stuff. Beyond that, what other things have you thought about creatively, or just even on the, entrepreneur perspective?
um really, I can't really, I mean, just really clothing and little accessories here and there. But I mean, I don't know if you know who the Nelk Boys are,
The
but
Nug Boys? No, I do not.
Full Send? No, but they have a great brand, the Full Send brand, and they don't do too much. They have like
Well, I've heard of
mugs. They
Full
have.
Send.
Mhm. Oh, Full Send. You know Full Send.
Yes, I heard of Full Send. I didn't know that was okay. So
Oh,
okay, I see now. I see.
So these guys have, like, I really kind of take inspiration from their brand. They kind of have little accessories. They kind of do a drop every month. So from the entrepreneurial perspective, I really, just little accessories and clothing. Really, I don't really have any other huge dream. I mean, I'm a creative guy, so if something comes up, I'll definitely look into that avenue. But for now, I mean, that's really it, man. Just little accessories and clothing for the people.
I love it. I'm excited to see, and I would love to collab. I mean, we got a lot of stuff. Like we're doing like our other podcast says, the hyperactive hustler. Like we do a lot, I do a lot, and we got a lot of stuff coming, clothing wise as well. Would love to collab on anything like that. I mean, just seeing the page, dude, is really, like you said, motivational stuff like that. It really is. I want to keep looking at some of these videos because they really just get better and better.
I dribbled for a couple minutes, and then I really don't think he cared about the me dribbling the ball. I think he cared about me filming him. So
Right.
he kind of turned on those lights kind of quick, man. And when I tell you I was out of breath, I was out of breath. He came around the corner, and there's this park nearby, and I kind of hopped the fence, and I was in the cut really. So I was fucking out of there, man. I was fucking gone, dude.
Oh my god, dude! So like, honestly, when I saw this, I was just under full impression. Like, oh, okay, this is cool. He talked to the guy. They shot the video. They did the lights for him. But so so what really happened is you set up. I guess the dude didn't really know if you were gonna record or not. But then once he saw you recording and you dribbling in front of his car, dude turned on the lights and started to chase you.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see, he didn't start to chase me first. He kind of winded down his window. He's like, "Hey, you can't be filming. It's public. It's public space. I mean,
Gotcha.
not public. It's yeah. My car is private, or something like that." And I kind of just took off. I grabbed my tripod and I took off to the park. It's like a 30-second walk from there, and I kind of hopped the fence, man, and that was it.
Yeah, smart. Cause like, dude, I thought they were on your team, but okay, that's crazy. I'm sure a lot of your viewers won't know that, cause like that's crazy. And then we
Mhm.
have, dude. Then we go, then we're bowling, man. So
Ooh.
this, I mean,
Absolutely love that video.
yeah, that's beautiful lighting, and it actually has a basketball game in the background. So like, that's honestly pretty cool. How did this happen, man?
Mhm.
Did we ask these people, or the same thing? We're living by the same YOLO.
So honest, I'm 100% saying YOLO. I didn't ask these people, but I kind of went to I went to this alley, and it was late, so there was a lot of workers. And keep in mind, a lot of the videos that I do, I kind of just have to do them. As I said, it's, I can't ask these people because I know the answer is going to be a no. And there has been times, I won't lie, there has been times I've asked people to do it, but 9% of the time they will say, I have to either schedule some appointment, I have to talk to these people and email this and that. And I'm like, bro, just let me, it's 6 seconds, bro, like chill out. So I
Exactly.
just I go and do it. This one I filmed kind of late, and this one I didn't really have the idea for it, but I had a lot of people telling me do this, and I was like, hey, let me listen to my fans. I gave them what they wanted. They said a bowling alley, and I went to one and I did it. So they gave me the idea for this one. OTH fam.
Wow. So this is from the fans. So we got the disco
That.
ball in the background. We have three screens,
Hmm.
showing basketball. Beautiful video. Yeah, 6 seconds of just this is a nice aesthetic in one. So like that's dope. And then we
Hmm.
keep going, man. And then I mean we already know what we're leading up to with like your most recent, just coolest video. This one,
Right.
this one had me dying because it really looked like when the girl turned around, he wasn't expecting that. Like it, I
So
didn't even think you
this
asked him.
one, yeah. So this one, I asked my guy to be in the video. This
Cool.
one
Okay.
is I think this is the only video that I actually got permission for. I'm sure, but this one right here, yes, this was my guy, and I have a hoodie on. Shout out, shit happens. That's a
Yeah,
really
that's a
good,
dope brand.
really some really cool people, really cool people, some kids, man. So yeah, the guy, and actually I was talking about how I have some videos that are like, my videos are edited, but they're lightly edited with some contrast, and a little bit of brightness lowering and stuff like that. But this one was raw. This one had no editing at all on
Yeah, I
it.
can. Yeah, that
So
one's beautiful.
hmm
So
yeah,
the
man.
fact that you said you asked him, man, that's hilarious because his acting is on point. His face really looks like
Hmm.
he was not expecting that. Because I didn't think he was
Yeah.
expecting that. He looked like, bro, what
Yeah,
are you
man.
doing?
Yeah. He said,
So
what
yeah,
the
so
fuck,
that's
man?
that's your normal barber.
No, I just kind of went to a random barber shop, bro.
Oh, dope. Okay, and he was like, cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
dope.
Yeah,
Okay.
he said, cool, I like your page. So,
Man, so then we got, so I'm not gonna go over every
ooh,
video, but there's just a few videos I know like people probably wanted to know about, and I was just very, very curious
sure,
about, your
sure,
idea.
sure. Any video you want, man. Any video,
Man,
Jace.
so this one, dude. So we're in, it looks like a Chinese restaurant. Like, is this when you
Um,
got the shoes on the table? I'm thinking you probably have asked them, but
no,
was this
hell no,
another
no, no,
no?
no, 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 no,
Wow,
no. People like to follow rules. People like to adhere to their bosses, and their bosses adhere to the most elite. So people kind of follow different people for what reason? What reason do people really follow rules for? So I kind of just make choices and I don't look back. So I kind of just I didn't I just this restaurant was closed. Believe it or not, this restaurant was closed. There's no one sitting here, and I
wow.
kind of just yeah, I kind of just went in. I don't know if you can see that, but actually I had a friend with me that day. If you can zoom in, there's actually my friend right in the back over there, and he's sitting. And do you see it? That guy in the hoodie right there?
Wait, where? Hold on. Oh, there he is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was kind of waiting for me to come up with something, and I did it really quickly. So I kind of just walked in, no one, I walked in, no one was looking, and I just said, fuck it. I was like, let me just go to the back, and I actually saw the manager kind of behind. There's like a big like wall kind of there, and I kind of saw him walking, and I was like, damn, I gotta go quick. So I put the tripod up, and I was like, hey, this is a nice place to work on my handles. So I kind of just started going crazy, man. So
That's insane. That's insane. So it's like, and
hmm
I and now I can kind of see where you're coming from with just like why ask when it's like even if they catch you, what are they gonna do? Like if you really call the police on me because I'm dribbling a 6 second video, like this one's kind of tough because we got the shoes on their table. But I mean, of course they can just wash it off in the morning or whatever. But
right,
I can
right.
see what you mean because it's like it's not worth it to just sacrifice not getting any of these videos, like and
Hmm.
they're not gonna.
Hmm.
They shouldn't chase you or just go crazy because of that. But then so
Ooh,
keep
that
going.
Christmas one, man. That Christmas one had some backstory to it. Let me tell you.
Let's do it, man. So what happened? What is it? Tell me.
Dog, this one was probably one of my scariest ones, man, because this one, it was wild, dog. So I was in New York. I went to New York for a little while, I actually just went for content. I actually only got 3 videos out there, not as much as I expected, but
Hmm.
I kind of went there and man, when I tell you, so it was Christmas time. It was really cold. I couldn't feel my. Keep in mind, this whole time I was doing this video, or even before that, I could. My hands were numb. I couldn't feel them. So it was
Wow.
hard doing everything. So there's a Rockefeller Center in New York, and there's like a barricade. So where I am right now, no one was allowed there. Nobody. So I was
Oh.
like, yeah, I was looking for a place to shoot. So I was like, hey, let me shoot here because I absolutely love the view. I love everything. And I don't know if you can see, but that platform right over it, it's a far fall. If I would have fell right there, I don't think OTH would have been a thing because I would have either been in a hospital, dog. That really, really, really far fall, man. So and that part at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, but I edited it's black. It's not real. That part is black because of how steep that platform was. I had to raise the video. I don't know if
Oh,
you
okay.
know,
I do
but
see. Yeah, that little. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Wow.
So I had to raise the video, man, and I kind of just so I there's a barricade and it's packed, it's flooded with people. It's Christmas time. So I look at the barricades. There's zip ties, locking each barricade in. And I look at each barricade and there's one that doesn't have a zip tie on it. I lift it up, I go in, I start shooting. I'm there's security everywhere. I'm shooting, right? This one security guard comes down. He looks at me. He doesn't say anything. He goes away. Another one comes. He says, "Hey, are you supposed to be here?" I'm like, "Oh no." He said, "What are you shooting for?" I said, "Instagram." He said, "No, bro. You gotta go. You gotta get the fuck out of here. You need a permit. You need something." I was like, "Okay, no problem." And I said this as a joke. I said, "Hey, I'll pay you, bro. Like, I'll pay you." He was like, "No, I don't need your money. None of this, bro. Just get out." And I was like, "Okay, for sure." We were walking out. He was carrying me. He said, "How much will you pay me?" So I said, "Oh my gosh." So I said, "How much do you need?" He said, "A dub." So I said, "For sure, I'll give you 20." I gave him 20. He was like, "Okay, no problem." This guy got off his shift. He let me film. So I was like, "Oh my days."
Dang. So
So
this video
yeah,
costed you $20.
absolutely. Some of these videos, a lot of these videos actually costed some money, man. Like,
Oh wow!
all of
So
them.
what
Not all of
was
them,
another
but
video you can think of that you had to pay to actually be able to shoot?
so another one was I think you'd have to scroll down a bit. Some might. Yeah, let me see. A video that costed me so much. That movie theater one, it was like that one was, a little money to get into the movie, but
Ah,
another one
gotcha.
that I would say that airport one, um I mean
Oh
no,
yeah,
not the airport one, sorry. There's that fire one costed some money because, I had to get gloves that wouldn't hurt my hands, I had to get,
right.
some gasoline, I had to get, some stuff like that. So, yeah, but some of these videos,
Content
and
cost
that.
it cost to make, man. Cost to play. This
Hmm.
this so wait, this is the concert one, man. So walk me through this. Did we pay for a concert ticket or did we sneak in?
Um, snuck in. Yeah, snuck in. I don't know if you can see, but me and my boy snuck in. That's my boy to the left. I don't. He has a white hoodie on. Oh well, not a white hoodie, but yeah,
Oh, I see
that's
what you
my guy
mean.
right here.
Your guy right
Yeah.
here.
So he came in with me, and he was, I was like, "Hey, if anything happens, I need you to look out. I need you to do something." And he was like, there was an extra seat to fill, because it wasn't packed all the way. And I was like, "Hey, you want to be in it?" And he said, "Sure." So we snuck into it.
Man, dope. But this was like this is pretty cool, and the way that you're always centered, the way that there's always this life moving around you, and then like you're just here and it's like consistent. I mean, it's just so many things with the page, but I love that, it's just like keep going. So I mean, it does have that motivational undertone while people do ignore it to be negative. I still kind of see
Mm.
like from day one, the consistency is the motivation to me. But it looks like
Hmm.
we're kind of almost back to the top. And like I said, it just kept getting better with this one. She seemed like actually mad, but like, was this an actor or is this real anger that she has?
So this one was an actor. This one
Oh
was
man. Okay,
100%
okay.
an actor, yes. And I actually looked back at the footage and I told her she did a fucking phenomenal
No,
job
she
because
did. This
I
is
don't
like, dude.
yep, she really put her heart into it, you know. She really she stepped up to the play and you know she did it, man. She really like yeah, I
We gotta find her, dude.
kudos
We
to
have to
her.
find and get her like into something, maybe a Tubi movie or something. She looked like she. I thought she was for real mad. If there was anyone who was an actor, I would have guessed that she was not because she's like, hey, so
Mhm.
this is money she's handing you.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
man. So I actually didn't have any money on me. I said, "Hey, do you have any money? Can you fake hand it to me? Can you act like, you know?" And I actually didn't tell her any of those lines to say. She just did it on her
She
own.
was
So she is
going.
definitely a gem that, you
Yeah.
know, helped me out with that video.
So did we? I mean, did we get her number? I mean, did we connect? Like, what happened after?
We
Is
got
like, okay, we stopped.
absolutely nothing. No, sir. We just left on that
And
note. I looked
we got. I mean,
busted.
so has there been any videos that you have made that you've ended up getting a number, or you got some attention that maybe you would have preferred from the video?
I don't know, like as in girls or guys
Yeah,
too.
like has that happened? You're dribbling, and then she's like, "Oh man, this is dope," or is there anyone who's like
Hell
teased
nah,
you?
no,
No, that
no
doesn't happen.
bitches, no sir. I mean, actually, you know what? You know what? Move a video to the left, man.
Video to the
One
left.
video to the left. That one
Move.
right
This is
there.
the video that everyone probably wants to hear about,
Yes,
man. So
sir.
like,
Yes, sir.
what's
Yes,
going
sir.
on? What happened? How did this even come about?
So this one came about. This one right here. I don't know if you can see. Shout out, club. You know, Pink Miami. It was a very very beautiful club. You know, people think it looks straight out of GTA, and
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
a
I
dope.
absolutely. I love it, and actually, it's crazy. Not a lot of people know about it. You know, they have a nice marketing team. They have everything, you know, beautifully set up. So I kind of just looked at it and I was like, hey, this would be an awesome place to shoot. So I hit them up. You know, they said, sure, as long as we can do a collab post. You know, and I said, no problem. You know,
Wow, I didn't even
they.
see that. Wow, so you
Mhm.
got to collab
Yeah.
with Pink. Wow, dude,
Yes,
dude,
sir.
this is huge, man. So getting collabing with the strip club page, I think that's bigger than getting any girl's number. So I think that's
Absolutely, and you know, I didn't get her number. That was actually, believe it or not, I was about to leave, and I actually did not get the girl on the pole at all. I actually did the video, and I did the video, and I loved it. So I was just about to leave, but you know, I had this girl, and she was like, "Hey, I don't mind being in your video," and I said,
wow.
"Well." I was like, "Yeah, well, shit, you know,
We
you
got the
want to be in it?"
Instagram, man, because I'm sure she probably has a lot of reach on her page or engagement. If you
Oh
would get the
man,
collab post with her too, that'd have been dope. That we gotta go
so
back.
actually, with her Instagram, I said, "Hey, I actually didn't ask her. She actually told me. She said, "Hey, you know, I would follow you. I want to really keep up with you, but my Instagram got banned. So she on that stripper shit. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
she on that OnlyFans shit. So you feel me?
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. But I'm
Hmm.
sure. I mean, we got to go back and like check and see. When. I mean, we can find if you can find like love. If you find love from a video, dude, we're gonna have to tell everyone. We're gonna have to definitely get her on the pod and see what happens. Because that's just crazy. The fact that we're literally dribbling under someone that's going up the pole. Like that's just iconic.
Hmm.
Like, that's
Yeah, it came
that's
out really good, man.
this is perfect. I mean, the angle. I mean the like this, yeah, this is dope. So like for you,
Hmm.
how long did this take? From start to finish. When it comes to recording and just idea planning, all that stuff.
So the honestly, this like everything in all, I was like, you know, planning, setting everything up, you know, heading to the club. I would say it took about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks to set everything up, you know?
So this was a project.
Yeah, that you know what? It wasn't really a project. It was just a matter of fact of people actually, you know, like following what they say, you know, because a lot of people say stuff, hey, you can do this, you can do that, but will they really step up to the play when I'm there and I'm ready to shoot? Because I'm someone who, if I want something done, I'm gonna get it done. So I'm not gonna play around. If you tell me to be here at this time, I'll be there an hour early. I'm really on my timing because, as I said, I don't do it for fame or money. I do it because creativity can't wait for me. I just always want to do something creative, and I have the vision and I want it done. I'm impatient, so this one, it took that long because I would come. They would say, "Hey, we're not this, we're not here. I'm not here right now." People, but really, I'm not saying they're bad people. Really, really, really kind people. They let me do it, and I shout out to them. Shout out Club in Miami. But yeah, man, it was just a lot of stalling because it's a strip club. It closes late. It's at 1 a.m. It's hard to work when you have places that close really late. So yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So it
You
took
want to
it
be
took
out
some
super
energy.
late, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely, man. This is, I mean, dope work, man. Just getting there, this consistency, and these last couple, man. With the I see your boy again, helping you out with the fire and these are. So, is this what are these? Are these like sparkler ropes? Like, what is this?
So that's something called steel wool. So it's something you
Mm,
can light and spin it, and it sparks up like crazy, man. So
wow.
yeah, so I kind of just I got the idea for it, and I just I saw it and I was like, hey, it's because I used to play with steel wool as a child, so I kind of just saw it and I was like, I did the fire video. What happens if I try it out with something that makes a lot more sparks, and that's kind of how that one came about. And that one actually wasn't going to get posted that you're watching. That one was not going to get posted because, as you can see in the second clip, the ball wasn't really visible at all. So I was like iffy on it, but it came out beautifully. I mean, almost 3 million views, a lot of likes. So
Yeah, I mean, man, it's definitely worth it. Like, that's crazy. Wow.
mm-hmm.
Dope, man, dope. And then there we have it, man. We have 100. So right now we're sitting at 138,000 followers, and like you said, next we're
Yes,
looking
sir.
for like merch. We're looking for a lot of different things, so I can stop my share. But for like you, what's been the your favorite video? I guess I don't know how to take the screen down, but is the strip club video probably your favorite one right now, or what's like your favorite thing that you've done, or favorite place you've got to dribble?
That's a great question, man, because I feel like, damn, that's a good question. My favorite video, I would have to say, is definitely, damn, bro. How are you gonna do this to me? I don't know. Damn, my favorite video, I'd have to say is probably the bowling alley video. I'd say the bowling alley, bro.
The bowling alley video was that your favorite video, or was that your favorite place to dribble? 'Cause I know that could be two different things.
I mean, honestly, I don't really have a favorite place to dribble, honestly, because I feel like, I mean, even dribbling, back in the day, I would dribble at, parking lots. I would dribble kind of anywhere, just anywhere. And I just love handling the ball. So, no homo shit. But yeah, so I kind of just dribble everywhere, so I don't have a favorite place, but I just like the lighting there, and I kind of like the music that I put over the video, and the lights changed in that video when actually they changed right on time because it was like beautiful, like pink lights, but then it changed to like these dark, nice lights. So it kind of happened right on time, and I just love the vibe of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that my favorites for you are definitely that one, the strip club one, and then the other ones that made me laugh. A lot of the ones that made me laugh, I like those, like the one with the guy in the barber shop, and then the one with the girl handing the money. Those are like the funniest ones to me. But
Damn,
I
so
did.
you like the strip club one? He said he liked that ass. You feel
Bro,
me?
that one was just, dude, like the everything from an artist standpoint myself, like I love the lights and color, but just that's just iconic, dude. Being able to have a video of yourself dribbling in a strip club, I mean, that's some GTA, that's some stuff you would think you could only do in GTA. So the fact that you got that, that's just dope, man.
Absolutely.
That's dope creativity. So I know we got about, like you said, I know we said about 90 minutes, so we got about a good 23 minutes here for you. I want to talk about your choice to remain faceless for the moment. Obviously we want to keep the like you said, you got the camera off and want to keep your face a mystery for right now. For you,
Right.
what kind of talk to me about where that came from, so the idea to just kind of keep your face hidden, because from day one you had that, so it was obviously intentional. So walk me through like where that idea came about, and kind of like when you think you're probably gonna reveal your face, if ever.
Honestly, I think I'd reveal my face at about I think I'll reveal my face if I ever hit 500,000 followers. If I ever hit
Half
half
a
a
million.
million, I think that'd be a comfortable number to reveal my face at.
So right now we're at 130K. So you're saying once we hit 500K followers on IG, we're doing the face reveal.
No promises, but that's where I
No
feel
promises, but
comfortable.
that's when
No
we will want
promises.
to. For sure.
Yes,
Yeah, I don't
sir.
want to.
Yes.
We don't want to put us in a box with revealing our face. But yeah, 500K. I think you'll probably hit 500K this year. Just seeing your trajectory and how you're. I mean, you've since what that was the first video you had in August. It looks like, or November. One of those two. But first video just being a little
So,
bit.
oh yeah, my bad. Continue. Yeah, my bad. My
No, you
bad.
now just saying your first video being like last year till now, you're almost at 200K. It's barely started 2024, and it looks like you
Mm.
grew a lot since the year even started. Followers wise, view wise. So that's dope. So and walk me through what made you want to keep no face and not show face at all from the beginning.
I mean, it wasn't really like me kind of like planned it. It was kind of just like always been wearing hoodies, and I like to, I didn't really like have a sell mystery type of like vibe at first, as a plan to bait people into like wondering who I am. But it just kind of came about, it's just kind of, I like wearing hoodies everywhere, and I just wore it, when I play basketball sometimes, and I really like the idea of a black hoodie. That's why I didn't really change up the hoodie color too much in any other video. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just kept the black hoodie vibe, and I rocked with it, and here we are.
I mean, it's dope, dude. I mean, it's kind of just it wasn't anything like super thought out. It wasn't like I don't want to show my face. I want to save it. Just like hey, it was working,
Mm,
so we kept going with it. I love it for
mm.
sure. I mean that mystery does do something else for the page too. But that's dope. Last thing I really wanted to touch on with you, man, is just actual NBA. Like I know we talked a lot of hoop, we talked about dribbling, but do you watch like NBA? Are we a gamer? Like, kind of talk to me about your relationship with the NBA.
Sure. So, um, really with the NBA, I mean, I don't really have too much care for it. I don't really
Oh
watch
wow.
anything but the finals. But I mean,
Mhm.
NBA, if I keep it honest with you, I mean, we can say, what I drew inspiration for, not for my videos, because I feel like those were really me who kind of, obviously it was a motivation first, but I was definitely the one who expanded it, through, the fire, all of this, because I don't think I've seen anyone doing that before. But
Oh yeah,
when it
no.
comes to like ball handling and stuff like that, like dribbling, my inspiration didn't come from anyone from the NBA. It came from the professor. It came from Bone Collect. I don't know if you know who Bone Collector
Oh yeah.
is, but
So mainly and one stuff, flashy stuff. Yeah, Bone
oh, that's
Collector is
crazy. That
crazy.
boy know and one. What you know about that, boy?
Well,
God
and
damn.
one, I mean, dude, I had the video game, man. I mean, we got skipped to my Lou.
No
We got an
way.
N one guy in the NBA, dude. I study everything, dude. I'm a student of the game.
Dog, that's actually really impressive that you know and one, dude. So yeah, hot sauce. The
Oh yeah,
professor.
man.
I always used to know. I love the elite. I like the attention. I like the flashiness that comes with that. I like that people look at me. I love that. And I love this before social media. Like, fuck social media. I like when I would walk into a gym and I'd hit a move and everyone would start screaming at the top of their lungs. So I
Yeah,
looked for that. So when I would do those moves and I would envision and one, I would kind of just draw inspiration from that attention and that high level of ball handling that they had. They still got paid for it. They had, and they kind of just manifested it into something that was just not just motivating on the court but off the court as well, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, yeah, and
yeah,
I
man,
and I,
it's just
I love that what you said about when you go into I mean, because me personally, I mean, when I was in middle school, high school, and all that, I was always bullied and all that stuff. So when it got to outside, being able to go to LA, I also loved the attention and like positive attention from groups of people. Like a lot of people might call
mm,
it weird and it's like attention seeking, but there's a point in your life where it's like it's cool to be praised. It's cool to just have someone say, "Look at you, you're doing something cool." So I definitely get
right,
what you're coming from. A lot of people might judge someone who says, "Oh, I love the attention," but it's like at one point you're doing something you love. Isn't the whole point, to not impress but just inspire? You have maybe somebody
absolutely.
watching on the side who hasn't got to play all day. He's like, man, he's not that, bigger than me. He's kind of the same build as me. Look at him. He's going crazy. So that's dope, man.
Absolutely.
I love how everything that you do is kind of like another story for it. It's not just that, you have something behind
Right.
it.
You
Okay,
know, you
so
have to, you know.
I know
Yeah,
you
man.
mentioned we're not a big fan of the NBA. So is there a reason? Is it like, something like with refs, or is it just like we don't really watch, we don't have the time?
No, man, it's really, I find, I see clips, whatever on House of Highlights. I like watching the clips, but it's not really like, I would say basketball is meant to be played in different ways. I wouldn't say there's really a specific way to play basketball. It's just how you feel you want to play it. Whether that use illegal moves, whether that's throw the ball in the hoop, whether that's have a weird jump shot that everyone hates on, as long as you can play it your way and you kind of make things how you want it to be, you just create what you want for yourself, whether that's in sports or something else. And if you get good at it, you do. If you don't, you're having fun. So I really feel like the NBA is it's not just one way to play, and I don't really look at too much of just a one way, strict way. Teams and teams is the right professional way to play basketball, even though that's been the professional level for basketball for however long it has, years, years, years. But I kind of just look at everything. I love the social media community. I love street ball. Street ball is a little dead. You have a couple legends here and there, Professor, but I just like I like the park takeovers. I don't know if you know who Friga is, J. Lou, Friga, Devin in the lab. These people are really changing the game with their whole different type of vibe, park takeover, get people outside type of vibe. And I'd much rather watch a game like that than the NBA because there's a lot more fighting, action. There's a lot of sweat, throwing hands. I love that type of shit. So you know what I mean?
And that's why I wanted to ask about, maybe the reason for not liking the NBA, because I love NBA just because I fell in love with it watching the finals one year. I watched, I think it was LeBron. No, my first finals ever I watched, it was the Lakers and Celtics when it was Rondo against Kobe's Lakers. And I know that team wasn't Rondo's team, but I loved Rondo, his game and stuff. But I fell in love with the NBA and I kind of just always watched, and I feel like I'm just stuck with it. But it's like, it has been hard to watch because the refs, we got a tech the other day. Someone got a flagrant 2 for bumping someone after they taunted them first. Like it's getting bad. Like Jason Tatum can bounce the ball and get a tech. So it's like they're trying to remove the emotions
Yeah.
from the game. And that's the
Yeah,
best part.
dude.
We love that. That's what makes us human. That's what's relatable about the
Right.
game. No one
Right.
just plays
Absolutely.
basketball and just smiles every time something bad happens. So I definitely
Yeah.
understand what you mean. There's also just I love the team aspect. I think 'cause I love ball movement and passing, and then that's what I don't get when I do watch some N1 watch. If I go to LA, everyone's playing one man for himself. So there is those two different worlds. If I could find a way, if they could find a way to have the league to where you could, have some, incorporate some hockey in there, get the fighting going, let it happen for a second. Obviously they're not wearing
Yeah.
padding, so it'd be harder. But I think they should definitely work a way to include some more emotion. So I think that's
Yeah,
dope.
man. I seen the refs. The refs are on some bullshit now. I see. That as you said, the Tatum thing. That I remembered that, and damn, that was really crazy when he threw the
That pissed
ball
me
and
off.
it.
I'm not gonna lie, that pissed me off
Yeah, bro.
because he clearly just
That's
having a rough
literally
day.
insane. Oh yeah, yeah. He did. Like, bro, he threw the ball on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's people. It's not just because it's the NBA. I just say people in general are getting softer. People one
Oh
little
yeah,
thing, someone takes out their phone and records. It's like, bro, back in the day, people threw hands. You get your ass beat. But nowadays, everyone just wants to record. People want to get mad at the slightest insult. For me, it was like insults kind of made me who I am. It's the fights, it's the arguments, it's with your boys, even with random people. It kind of just gave you new perspective. So now people are a lot softer and a lot bitchier. But that's just me. I don't know.
no, I
So
agree, man. I feel like there's probably a lot of people not learning crucial lessons. Because back in the day, you did some
mm,
stuff questionable. Let's say you went to a park and you're talking crap, you got your ass beat, and it's like you learned not that you're not allowed to talk crap, but if you talking crap and you can't back it up at LA, like it's gonna look bad for you. So
Yeah.
it's like back in the day, you would learn that. But nowadays, we have so many wannabe thugs and so many people who are getting to just be fake hard and never get checks because
Yes, sir.
no one fights anymore, or they'll just
Hmm.
die. They'll get shot because all people do
Yep.
is have guns and they didn't get to learn.
Yes.
So some people need to learn that okay, I can't go talk crap at places like that. I gotta go somewhere else. But yeah, nowadays, I mean, there's no accountability. Everyone's scared. Everyone's just offended. I mean, I love that you're able to weed that out too, and I feel like that's why your
You're,
page is being, you're able to grow like that because you're able to kind of see the world for what it is, and you kind of saw
right.
early that
Yep.
they love this negativity stuff, and you kind of just ran with it, and they're just eventually they're going to be paying your bills completely, like just from hating on you.
That's it. Yeah, but you're very good for noticing that too. I mean, a lot of people don't have that perspective where they kind of see how soft you're really getting. We have all this bullshit with, there's two more than two genders, all of this. So that also contributes to it, and it's like, yeah, man, it's just people, man, soft, bro. It's and you're
Yeah.
right. You're so very right about that crucial lessons because there's so many lessons you have to learn from just pain and suffering. But it's like people now, it's disgusting, bro. I don't like this world, but what can I do?
I mean, we gotta just live here and make the most of it, man. And like with us, like I mean, me personally, my goal is just it used to be just be as make as much money as possible, but like now, it's like I've had highs, had lows, and kind of like found my groove in like the coaching space, and like soon I'll be launching because I was just trying to do music at first for a while and just wasn't really.
Mm,
I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just putting a link in my bio, throwing stuff in my story, and got some traction and stuff. But took a break from it. Like I never stopped writing, and then I just jumped into content creation, then coaching, then high ticket sales,
mm,
or that's kind of out of order. It was content creation, high ticket sales, then coaching, then sales management, and now just serial entrepreneur, CEO, all this stuff and randomness. But now it's just my goal is to do as many things that are fun and just get paid to do them. Like that's my goal. Like just get paid
right.
to do fun stuff all day. And like that's kind of
Yeah.
seems like also your goal. I mean, eventually you'll be just getting paid, 10K a post from these basketball videos and you don't even know it yet.
Right.
So it's like
Right.
it's cool to see, and that's why I really wanted to, I was excited to chat because I'm like I could tell that this isn't. I mean, for some people, they look at your page now as like this is like end product. This is amazing. He's done so much, but I see things just like you. Like that's why I got into coaching because every time I see somebody, I see their again whole future. I see what you're capable
Yes.
of, and let me not say
Uh-huh.
from seeing. Once I talk to you, or once I just kind of get a feel for what you do, I'm able to see how far it can go from looking at you.
Right.
But then from actually
Right.
talking to you, I see how far you can take it. And then from talking to you, I
Right.
mean, I can now I know that this is seriously just the beginning, man. So I'm excited for you. But last thing, man, before we kind of wrap up here, I did want to just
Mm.
if you we're gonna start a lot of we're starting a few different segments, artist segments, gaming segments, sporting segments. We're growing like we're having, creators who are going to be hosting their own shows and lives and group chats from our community here in the app. I know you got just a second to look around. One of the things that we're
Mm.
doing soon is like we'll be doing sports talks, like, talking about hoops, talking about NBA while actually streaming 2K. So I wanted to ask, are you a gamer? Do you play 2K? Where you at with the gaming space?
So this is actually a people aren't gonna believe me, man. So with the gaming space, I've never owned an Xbox or a PlayStation 5 in my life, and I'm under 21.
Wait, so you never owned an Xbox or PlayStation at all? Like no
Nope.
gaming system?
Nope. Absolutely no. Nope. No gaming system. The only game I have on my phone, I have two games on my phone. I have Clash of Clans and I have Brawl Stars. That's
Shout
the
out Clash
only
of
two
Clans and
games.
Brawl Stars, bro.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh my
I've played
god.
Clash Royale and I've never played GTA before. I've never played um Call of Duty. I've never played Halo. I've never played 2K. I've never played FIFA. Nothing. I've just been outside my whole life. I've been running around with my friends, playing
Oh my
basketball. I've
god.
really, yes, I've had a very just I've just had like like an exploration of like just experience. That's the best way to put it. I've never gamed in my life ever. So yeah,
Wow.
man.
That's, I mean, I'm sure that's probably, I mean, you shot a video in a strip club with, you're dribbling under a stripper shaking ass, and this is the most strangest thing I've heard this whole call. So like, talk. So what?
Yeah.
Just why? Why? Like, was it like? Well, let me not say that. Was it like maybe something when we're younger, just parents couldn't do or wouldn't do, or is it like was it a choice?
So I'll say it. That's one thing we didn't really ask for. I would say we kind of played with the Legos and stuff a lot more, when I was younger. But it's
Mm,
kind of like when it got to a point where it was a choice, and we could afford it, and we had the money because my parents necessarily weren't the richest people in the world. Not saying that $500 is a lot of money, but they would kind of just kind of limit their spending to something that we could enjoy, but it wasn't to the point where we couldn't, it wasn't expensive. So it'd be
yeah.
a Lego would make me happy, just as happy as a game. So, as a game would be to some people, but it kind of be like, yeah, man, when it was a choice, I kind of said, fuck this. This is where my creativity played a huge part in my life, or this is where it came in because I kind of found ways to be happy without going out. And not going out, but staying in and talk chatting with friends on the game. I'd love to go out, talk with new people. Whether it be adults, people my age, and a lot of I'm not gonna say that filled most of the time, not most of the time, but all of the time. A lot of the time too. I was just by myself, just thinking. I'm weird. I'm weird. Just I would be alone a lot of the time. And I think back to those times when I would just sit in the rain and just think about, why are we here, deep questions, and I wouldn't necessarily question why I'm not on the game playing PlayStation right now. It didn't really interest me. I can't sit there in front of a screen. No, no hate to, you or anyone else, but I can't
No,
just
for
sit,
sure.
and yeah, just sit there and just look at a screen and a game, it's not helping me, it's not doing anything for me. So I would just say I that's kind of just how I grew up, man, and I'll keep it that way. And I will never own a PlayStation or Xbox in my life. I might own it just to fuck around, but not to play or anything.
Like maybe like dribble on top of it or something.
Yeah, this fucking dickhead.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
not actually turn it on. I respect it, man. Like, and there's no bad blood. I mean, it's just
right.
I feel like a lot of people, whatever you start, like however you kind of start, is like similar to. I mean, it kind of just affects how things go. So, like, if you never start, then I mean, you'll never have to deal with, let's say some people are
Hmm.
addicted, or you won't have to ever jump into it. So, I mean, to
Right.
each his own. But I love. I mean, just hearing you just kind of sitting and reflecting on things. I mean, these are things that a lot of us don't do, and a lot of us use games to escape. And I think everything's good in moderation, but a lot of people probably do,
Ooh, that's tough. Oh,
man.
that's tough that you games to escape. You're a tough guy, Jace. You're a fucking
That's
guy.
that's real. And I think it's okay. Everything's okay to a certain extent. Some people smoke to escape. Some people do certain things to escape. But if
Right.
you're escaping all the time, if you're just always gaming, if you just get off of work, you game, you go to sleep, you get off of work, and like you never do have that space to, like you said, reflect on things, think a little
Right.
bit,
Right.
then that's where I think it becomes problematic. But as long as you have like a diverse, if you have a diverse set of escapes, I feel like it's healthy. But for you, I mean, but
Absolutely.
beyond basketball, do you have any other escapes? Is there any other avenue that you do express your creativity through?
Oh, I love this question. So, yeah, man. So, basketball has really been, my main escape, because I would go to the court even when there was no one playing. I just grind my ass off. Whether I don't, it doesn't, it could be rain, it could be thunderstorms, anything. I'd still grind to escape the boredom of sitting at home and having to not having to submit, but the idea of having to submit to a game and doing nothing. I'd rather go play in a thunderstorm. It's weird, but another thing is, I like boxing. I really like boxing. Boxing
Yeah.
is, it keeps me entertained. I'm always, kind of bored in this boring state. So I just like to feel excitement. I just like, so when I'm boxing, I have to, have used my reflexes not to get hit. When I get hit in the face, it makes me feel real, like alive. I feel pain. I feel like I'm human. So I really like to live in reality. So when I get hit, I feel real. Boxing, listening to music, obviously, I'm sure that's one for everyone in the world. But,
Yeah.
boxing, music, I and just talking with people, because I'm not going to sit here and say my family are the best people to talk with, but because, I feel like everyone's human. So I like to talk to people that add to my perspective. I like to add to me. I like to become I like to want to envision and become my full potential, to embody, something that God has set for me, my full potential. So I really like to, get perspectives from different people to add to myself. But really just talking to people, music, boxing, and yeah, man, that's really it.
Dope, my man. Dope. And I know we're wrapping up. We're getting to the end here, but I mean, first, I just want to say, dude, it's just been a pleasure being able to. I mean, you're so articulate. You kind of know exactly what you're trying to do. You know, everything seems pretty
Mm,
intentional. And that's, I mean, when I'm coaching, when I'm doing all these different things, like those are traits I usually like. I look for in just friends, partners, clients, anything like that. Just because when you're there's a certain type of person who's just living life and life is happening to them, and there's a certain type of
right.
person who is choosing what they have, whether it's a something you agree with or not. I love to just see
Mm,
anyone who is choosing a life. This is an intentional way of living, and it's not, oh, I'm just waking up and whatever happens, whatever just falls in my lap, I'll just run with it.
yes.
And that's what
Absolute. You are
most
so
people do.
correct.
And I feel like I
Yep.
can see that you fall into the areas like you're kind of creating your own normal. And like you said, you're weird, but you're creating your own vision, your own path. And it's like people like you, people like us, that's where like, crazy things like your page happens and like whatever is going to happen after, just from the fact that you do just kind of walk through life. And like you said, you rather just ask after, get what you need. That was a
Right.
crazy quote, right? Why even follow rules? Just like that was a crazy quote. I think I forgot what you said.
Right, man.
You
It's
said,
it's it's better to ask for forgiveness than
right,
permission, you know? Yeah,
crazy.
so and life is simple, man. You just make choices and you don't look back. You just make a choice, you have no regrets, you just don't look back. It's what's already done is done, you can't change it. And I really want to say, I appreciate being on this podcast. I love what you're doing so far, Jace. I love, your how you talk and your different perspectives, and the questions you ask me is great, man. It made me think, I really do appreciate this podcast. I just have to say, man. Love
No
it.
problem, man. I mean, it's definitely a pleasure having you on. I mean, I want you to keep killing it. Just with everything you do. I mean, I'm definitely gonna, after I got another episode to shoot for the other ones tonight, so I got a busy night. But either later
Mm,
tonight or tomorrow, definitely want to connect. Just to kind of talk about what else. I mean, just I want to know whatever you're trying to do. If there's any way I could help, awesome. And whatever other way we could work. Just because I mean, when I see someone who's just a little last thing about me before we jump off. Like
sure,
I've
no
everything that
problem.
I'm doing was supposed to include other people, and it's just everyone always gets left behind because no one is as just forward moving as me. Like as far as when it comes to my
Right.
trip or something, I'm always having to leave people behind just because I
Right.
don't like people. Someone will walk up to you and say, "Oh, let's work," and I'll say, "Okay." Like I'll get my when, and they're like, "Oh, well, we gotta." I'm like, "No, there's no. We can do this
Yep.
tonight. We can work
Yes,
tomorrow," and
sir.
everyone wants
Yes.
to
Yes. Yes. But yeah.
procrastinate everything. But it's like if I hit you up and I say we want to work, it'll be that week. Like people want to like no, I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it won't happen. So I say all that to say, like someone like yourself. I mean, there's so many. I mean, we'll talk, for sure. But there's just so many
Right.
things you're
Yeah,
doing that
man.
you could fit in seamlessly. But that'll be obviously not a podcast discussion. Dude,
Right.
Megan, man, I just want to say, dude, it's just been amazing. I mean, amazing call. This is actually our first remote interview. We've been doing everything in person.
Mm,
So we're actually gonna drop that pretty decent. He's a local celebrity. He's named Big Jungle. He went on tour with
mm.
Sada Baby. We're dropping that like this week, and then like this will be like pretty soon after. So look out for that. And I mean, do you have
For
anything else
sure.
to just say to your listeners, your new fans that'll come, just anyone that's watching this right now, whether it's live or whatever? Do you have anything to say to the people? Anything to say to the YouTube viewers? Anything at all?
Of course, man. I just want to say to everybody watching, I just want to say follow the Lord. I want to say, all praise to God. If you pray for something and you be consistent, you will get it. I don't give a fuck what it is. If you just be consistent and you pray for it and you really truly believe that you can do it and you believe that God has set you for a path and a destiny that is yours, you can get it. You just have to put the dedication, time, consistency, and work in, and you'll have it. You'll have it. You might not get it you might not get it immediately. You might not get it in 10 years, but you'll eventually get it. It took me 5 years to get to a point where I got the attention I wanted, and I'm continuing to because of the Lord and because of what the dedication and time that I've put in. So if I can do it, someone who's never played a game, who's always outside in the rain, and just another kid that nobody knows about, no one knows my name, if I can do it, you can do it, bro. Trust me, you can fucking do it. Please be different, be unique, don't be afraid of hate. Just, you have one life, you're going to be in the grave, everyone you know will be in the grave, so just make sure you live life to the fullest. Make choices and don't fucking look back. I love you guys, man.
Dude, beautifully said, man. Beautifully said. I can't wait because we'll have to talk someday again, whether it's soon or not.
Absolutely.
Just because you're
Absolutely.
dope, man. I love your brand, I love what you're building. Amazing thing to say to the fans. I think anyone who lives, if you're living and you're not blind and you even have access to social media and you think things are impossible, just log off, bro. Like that's NPC energy nowadays.
Yes.
Like you cannot. There's
Absolutely.
nothing impossible anymore. Like literally
Right.
nothing. Like just
Right.
go do it all. But I won't keep you too long, man. Just amazing episode. I can't wait for this to drop. And I mean, that message to the fans, I can't wait to send you that. And I can't wait for people to see that and hear that, because that's what I've been living by in everything that I do. So many people ask me, how did I start these podcasts? How am I doing this? How am I doing that? I just started. And the first episode, I did like 3 episodes in person. People drove 30 minutes to us. We lost full-length episodes. And these people never got to, obviously, they got the money back, but these people never got to see their episode. It is just like, that was
Right.
early in the beginning. We were learning how to do it. We shot 1 episode on an iPhone, dude. So it's like, it's just about consistency and being committed to figuring shit out. But everyone,
Right.
this has been our first remote interview on the Preem Pod, and I just want to give a big thanks to Nan for joining us. Last words. I know I already asked you for, just a quick, a last message to the audience, but last words before we sign off, man.
Last words, man. All I can really say is just thank you, Chase. Thank you to, ADHD podcast. Thank you to everybody, watching. Just thank you, man, because, praise the Lord. That's it, man.
Praise the Lord, man. Praise the Lord. Appreciate you, Nam, and I'll be in touch probably tonight or tomorrow. I think it's been dope. You have a great night, and again, we'll be in touch for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dog. Stay in touch with me. Hit me up, dog, for sure. Super cool energy.
Definitely, man. Keep it going, man. And like I said, I'll be in touch. And yeah, we'll see you soon.
Catch you, my boy.
See you, man.
Cheers, man.
Man, that was amazing. So like that was for anyone who tuned in later, just for anyone who was maybe listening, and didn't get obviously you weren't seeing our screen shares and all that. And I gotta say, our community, the Circle app is just amazing. There's so many things that we can do. Being able to go live, shoot our podcast remote here and be able to share our screens and all that is just amazing. But for everyone who's been watching, who wasn't able to, for everyone who's been listening, who wasn't able to really see or hear what was going or see, what was going on, we just spoke with the Overthinking Hooper. This is our first remote episode on the Preem Pod, and I just have to say, huge thanks to Nayan. Didn't even know his name until we spoke today. So huge thanks to Nayan and just what he's doing over there on his platform. It's just amazing. Huge shout out over there. His name is the Overthinking Hooper on basically everything, Instagram, TikTok, multiple videos in the millions of views, and just his page. He just started this page. I learned today he started this page last year. And if I look, let me look at his page again. I want to see when he actually his first post. So his first post on this page was August 23rd, 2023. And this page is already at 130,000 followers. I mean, a video with 19 million views, 10 million, 3 million, 1.1.1.5556. All these videos, man, just from him dribbling his basketball in just the craziest places. So He says some amazing inspirational things at the end of the podcast. So I can't wait for you guys to see this when it drops and just be inspired. And for everyone listening, just biggest takeaway from this is do what you do. You feel like it's weird, you feel like it's quirky, you feel like it won't be monetizable, go do it. This guy doesn't even know the things that I'm gonna present to him, and just the opportunities that he probably doesn't even know about, that he's already like eligible for, and just things that he can already do with his page now that I can't wait to talk to him about. But for anyone who's thinking about doing something that feels quirky or feels weird, or it's like, I don't think I can make money from that, never start anything because you think you can make money for that. Never get consistent with something just with the goal of making money. Be consistent in something because you love to do it. Because as Rose said, a lot of you guys, our co-host, his name is Rose, and you probably seen him in our in-person episodes. But one thing he says is the goal is just to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. So if you have something that you like, that is like a skill, a hobby, something that you spend your time with, something that that makes you feel good, be consistent with that. Not because, I want to make money with this one day. Be consistent because it's a skill, it's a talent, it's a use your talents to the best of your abilities. But I just wanted to say that, just because seeing him and just hearing him, I didn't know how it was gonna go. I was thinking, maybe he might just jump on and be this kid who's like, hey, I'm the shit, man. I done went viral a bunch of times, so I know what I'm doing. And there's people like that. But I mean, just an amazing. I mean, he's never even owned a game system, so it's just like, it's amazing. That this is why we do this, just to be able to connect with people and to be able to see different perspectives. So for everyone watching, just huge thanks to you guys so far, just pushing us over. I mean, just to take a second to look at our pages, man, before we log off here. Just the growth and just where we are now is just crazy among all of our pages, whether it's our podcast pages, our meme page, all this stuff. But looking at the Preem Pod right now, like we were just, I mean, when did we hit 100 followers or 200? I know we posted a graphic once we did. That's when I see that. Jeez, it's been a while. 200 followers. So we hit 200 followers September, and you see how we're kind of slowly growing. It's because we've been stopping and starting and just trying to find our groove. We've had so many different things happen. We hired, teammates for different things, and we've been testing out different things, different strategies. But now we're kind of like basically where we are. So as you see, we had almost 400 followers now, and we just hit 200 not too long ago. But like this is our this is from today. I'm just so excited about what's coming, guys. But right now we have this reel that's popping off that has 3 million views. That's kind of giving us a lot of content, a lot of engagement. But just seeing where we are across all our pages, guys. So we have the Preem Pod right now that's sitting at almost 400. But then we have a podcast that we started after, which is crazy, blowing up past us. So we're almost going to hit 1,000. So we're on the Hyperactive Hustler pod. So when Nayan did mention our ADHD podcast, and this was the first podcast that we were actually talking about doing, or this was the first at first we were going to have Nayan on the Hyperactive Hustler, but we decided to have him on the Preem Pod instead, just because we have NBA segments coming soon, because we do talk about creativity a lot, marketing and monetization, and like that falls right into what he's doing. But just so you guys are aware, we have moved more so business, a lot of marketing, mental health, entrepreneurship, and ADHD, all that stuff we're talking about on the Hyperactive Hustler. So for you guys who don't follow us over there yet, definitely go give us a follow over there. I do host both of these podcasts, the Preem Pod right now. So going back to our page, just to give you guys a couple of updates. So this was our first radio. I mean, I can't wait for us to, do radio interviews, but this was our first remote interview that we just did with, the Overthinking Hoopers. So now we are open for remote interviews. So our co-host Rose, he was a little sick, so we did take a break. And now he's just taking some time to himself. I mean, having to be sick, he has 2 kids, he has a lot going on. So giving Rose just a time to reflect. He's getting some time to just, take a mental health break. I mean, he got sick and then had to miss a bunch of time. So I know he lost some momentum there. So while we're while Rose is taking this hiatus, we're doing remote episodes now. So I mean, it's also super duper cold. Shout out Executive Studios for letting us use, or just giving us access to a in-person podcast studio while we're in the process of building our own, which should be done, I'm hoping we can finish it by the spring, by the time it makes sense to get outside again. But now we just got a storm that just knocked off the power last night. So we're looking to try to stay indoors as much as possible. So the Preem Pod is officially accepting bookings for remote interviews, music reviews. So I'll actually review some music with some of my friends, some of our partners, someone like Nan, if he wants to come back and help us review some music, that'd be amazing. But we have a few local celebs lined up, that can review some music with us. So we're now accepting bookings for remote interviews. So if you do have a story to tell, if you're an artist, if you're a content creator, if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, and you do have a story to tell, or you have a brand you're looking to push, definitely DM us. You can DM us guests. You can comment guests under this video if this video is on Instagram. If not, it won't do anything, so don't do it. But definitely feel free to reach out. We're down to connect. We're down to work. We're down to help you get to your audience. Every guest. So what's going to happen after once this episode drops and once I edit all this stuff, Nan's actually going to receive around 20 to 30 reels edited with captions from this video. And he'll be able to collaborate with us. So we'll actually collaborate from our ADHD meme page as well. So we do have a meme page that goes viral all the time. Similar to how Nayan's page looks, but it's about half the followers that Nayan has, but it does have some crazy reach. So if we look at some of the videos, I post a lot and we collaborate a lot, but this is the video that's also, so that video that's going crazy for us, it has almost 3 million views. But if we look at some more of these, so we have 18K, we have, so let me go over here. So reels, posts, what do we have tagged? So this video actually has 28 million. So this is this hilarious video from the Muppets. Our Kanye video has around 2 million as well. So these are just giving you guys an idea of what our ADHD page looks like at the moment. But guys, for the Preem Pod, let me stop the share now. I think that's good. Just wanted to kind of show you guys what's going on over there, but appreciate everyone. Just the support that we've gotten so far has just been crazy. Being able to talk with the people we've talked to so far and just who we have lined up to speak with next, I'm even more excited about. So again, if you guys are looking to get if you need some content, if you're looking to push your brand, grow your brand in 2024, hit us up. We would love to sit down, interview you on your story, your business, your goals, what's coming next, your hottest product right now. If you're an artist, obviously artist interviews are just beneficial in so many different ways. You're able to connect with your audience in a way you probably never have, or, just in a more diverse way, or just tell them things that they never got to hear. These are just all things. These are just all reasons why, you would want to sit down with us. Right. But I think that's it, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of update of what's going on in the Preem Pod. If you guys would want to appear on an episode, let me actually share screen one more time. Appreciate you guys who are still sticking around. Lastly here, if you guys did want to appear on our podcast, feel free to DM us. Feel free to comment anything. Feel free to comment guest, and we'll be happy to connect with you. But this is our landing page for our booking. So if you want to read that, kind of just get a view of what we do, kind of what goes on, how it all works. But just in a nutshell, for anyone who did want to, come on and, talk with us, you leave with 30 to 60, or not 30 to 60, but anywhere from 10 to 25 edited reels. We collab with our pages and we have a dope conversation like we just had with Nan. So appreciate everyone who joined. Appreciate everyone who had, stuff to say, had questions for us. And just, again, I appreciate Nan, and we look forward to this episode dropping. This has been another episode of the Preem Pod, and this has been our first live remote interview live from our Circle app. So appreciate you guys for watching, tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.